Today is again August 7th, but it is a new log. Does it look like a different day? I changed the color on the background. So I said in my last log that I had a lot of thoughts, and that's not untrue. I had almost like I took some time to do like some reflection this morning, and it was like almost 2 or 3 hours of just sitting and like reflecting, and so many thoughts came through. I ended the last video talking about 2 new subscribers that had subscribed to my channel. So I went from 7 to 9, and thank you so much. Oh, it's like so aggressive. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thinking about where subscribers sit in the field is interesting. It's almost like creating a bit of a network, like you're now part of something, whether you realize it or not. It's like, if I'm thinking about YouTube as soil and tending to soil, like making videos and getting likes and watch time and subscribers, you are one of those critical parts of this whole ecosystem. And it's how the message gets out there. It's how I can then connect with more people. So I think what I'm experiencing now is gratitude and appreciation. I'm very grateful and appreciative of everybody that's subscribed to this channel. So I wonder when number 10 will be. Like, will that be you? Maybe it is you and you've already subscribed prior to this video, who knows? And if it's not, then you can be the 10th person. Just hit that button. Like the video too, I think that helps. I mean, it's helpful for me to know if the content is on point or not. I'd love to hear about things that have resonated with you if you've watched any of these videos, because it's feedback, right? It's interesting because the feedback is kind of slow over this particular platform, and I think that's a good thing. It's giving me the time and the space to really tend to this field properly as I continue to move forward. One of the things that I have difficulty and I have challenge with is talking specifically about how I can then impact you as an individual. What do I offer you that is worth listening to? And I think sometimes I just end up rambling because I'm basically untethered right now. I can just ramble whatever I want, and that's kind of nice. I've done this for some time, and this is a log to document my experience. It hasn't always been a documentation of my experience. I've talked about some particular things. I think I talked about logical levels and various other things from time to time. And these are all pieces that I want to talk about more. So I think that getting intentional with that, like putting down fertilizer or whatever to bring in new growth, will be a practice of doing more of that type of content. For now, this is the practice that I'm doing where I'm getting comfortable in, and that's fine. Like, I need to do this. I need to, like, this is maybe part of that less than glamorous piece of the work where it's like, oh, I gotta go to the shop and buy a couple of bags of dirt and bring it home. It's all a process, right? And some of the process is just getting comfortable with what's happening now with the technology, with kind of like all the uploads and process and all of these things, and then finding a way to be consistent with it. And I love the illusion of consistency that I've been able to create. So partly I've been consistent because I've put the videos up. Like I was maybe 40 or 50 days without missing a day. And then I took a break and I still had things that were going up. And now when all the thoughts have come back, I'm able to kind of do some catch up and just kind of vibe. So that's been a really interesting and valuable process for me, because knowing that I can take that break and then things are still happening. It's always nice for me to see when people are watching these videos, whether it's like one person or 2 people, and even if it's just watching for 5 minutes, it's amazing. How is that even possible? And I guess it's going to aggregate over time. At the same time, it is important because 60 days ago, I had 0 views on YouTube. 60 days ago, I had 0 subscribers on this thing. And what's surprising to me is who ends up seeing me. I'm pleasantly surprised when people come across my content and are kind of like watching in silence. It's like that lurker kind of thing. Not that being a lurker is a bad thing. I'm a lurker too. I love lurking around forums and just reading and listening. And only very recently, since I started posting content, have I been more engaged in interacting with the content of other people. I started doing that by sharing stories on Instagram before I started making my own posts. And then I started posting some more. I don't often comment on other people's stuff. Maybe there's something to that of like, okay, if I want to start engaging, then that's a nice way of engaging. I read an actually really great email today from somebody I came across on Instagram. She's in human design. And this email was wonderful. It was just so authentic and it was great. The hook was great too. It was talking about how she was leaving the cult of human design. And I was like, cult? Like, explain, talk to me more. And just the insights that I got from the reading that email was amazing. And I'm like, how did I end up on this email list? I would have to go back and be like, oh, I probably saw a post on Instagram and all of this stuff. So I'm grateful for every person who has expressed anything in any way to say that, you know, this content has touched them in some way, has like come across their field, you know, either interacted with it in that online presence way, or just come out and directly told me that it was something that they came across, either something I shared or something I posted that resonated with them. One of my really good friends actually is, we connected over that exactly. It was just like, I remember because of various reasons, I hadn't had an opportunity to have a conversation with her throughout the program. And then it was just like sitting there, it's like, oh, like I read your Instagram stories and I like them. And I was like, what? That's so cool. I didn't even know that anybody was looking at my Instagram stories. And it kind of blew my mind. So thank you for being you. It's just so interesting to reflect on this and to look back at the last, let's call it 60 days, and just notice that progression, that, you know, looking at something like subscriber count, for example, looking at that over and over again every day and seeing it unchanged, like not changing, and then taking that posture of like, okay, I'm going to stop looking at this because it's going to drive me insane. And then like noticing it again today and seeing that there were 2 new subscribers, not even just 1. And I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? Let's go. So looking for number 10, and 10 will look for the next milestone, I guess. Not that that's really the point of any of this. I think really what I need to be doing and what I want to be doing is creating content that is meaningful to you. And I think that this series, the Haizhen Log series, is meant to show the challenges, show all the difficult stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Because if you look at any successful person, they will have struggled at some point. If you think, even tying this to, say, something like the teaching of the Buddha, where, what is it, like the 4 Noble Truths, the first one being life is suffering. I'm not an expert in that, but I have done some reading, and basically suffering is inherent to our experience. It's one of the things that we all go through, and that's just part of it. So then if I look at that, we can all suffer in different ways. And part of this is just peeling the layer back 5 years down the road to look at where I am at that point and, you know, say all the things, oh, it was easy and, you know, like everything was handed to you and blah, blah, blah. And this is like a living record of that. It's not even like proof. Like one of the things I was chatting about today with students was just like different contexts that we have when we enter into different situations. And for somebody who's going to look and just disparage someone for like, oh, hey, you have some success, even if there's like documented proof, it's like you didn't think it was worth your time to actually just get a little bit more information and just understand the struggles that different people go through. I think that we see this all around, and a lot of this comes from a place of fear, where if I don't have success, I can be fearful because I don't have that thing that I want, and I actually have a lot of what I don't want, which is, I don't know what you want to call it, like failure, maybe it's like lack of recognition, maybe it's something else. And if you don't have that and you're like trying to move away from things, then it's very easy to see that outside of you. It's really literally that idea that your external experience is a mirror to your internal experience. The series is really just kind of like that idea of warts and all, like everything laid out on the line. If you are so inclined to go back and start from the very beginning and listen all the way through, throw it on in the bag while you're like washing dishes or something, or doing laundry. It's like, it's always so much laundry to do. But like, just throw it on in the back and you can listen to me stumble through and just talk about literally nothing. And like, oh, maybe not nothing, but I think that there are some things there that might be of interest to you in terms of like just observing process. I will say that early on, my cousin Jason found my videos and he messaged me and said that he watched them and he enjoyed them, and he sent me a couple things that had resonated with him. And if I'm looking back now, that is something that really kept me going. So thank you. Thank you to everyone. Like, I can't adequately express what that means to me. It's like that thing that just kept me going, you know? And it's a little thing, like just those little pieces just continue on. If you've made it all this way, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention once again. And again, we'll see you in the field.